boiling inside the head of David Starr is very, very apparent.
Oh, it must be torturing Starr at this point, no doubt about it.
Well, as David Starr gets out of here, let's shift gears. We're going to have tag team action in just a moment, and the biggest opportunity for ever so far in the young careers of two teenagers. Don't forget, they are still teenagers. The Billington brothers, aka the dynamic duo, they are going to face two absolute legends of British wrestling.
Yeah, Johnny Storm, Jody Fleisch, Johnny and Jody right here live and in living colour at Lights Out. But as you say, Dave, what an opportunity for Marty Jones' boys, Thomas and Mark Billington, the dynamic duo.
Two pioneers, trailblazers in Johnny Storm and Jody Fleisch against two men at the start of their career. Who will win? Let's find out. Ones who really revolutionised the light heavyweight style of British wrestling around the early 2000s. Johnny Storm and Jody Fleisch were leading lights of the British wrestling scene, and quite frankly, companies like Defiant would not be here today if it were not for the efforts of these two men.
And Jody Fleisch and Johnny Storm, they're always the kind of athletes, the kind of pioneers who have one eye on the past, yes, but they have another on the of what is next in their careers. We're talking about teenagers here.
They're going to offer a handshake, Storm and Fleisch, and the Billingtons willing to accept. You call them wrestling royalty, but in the case of Jody Fleisch, that is literally the case. Fleisch winning the King of England tournament way back in 2002, an event called Revival that was considered seminal in the revival, if you will, of British wrestling. You know who handed him the trophy when he became King of England?
You're going to tell me.
The Dynamite Kid, Tom Billington.
Well, we come almost full circle here tonight because Jody Fleisch in there with the blood of the legendary, iconic Dynamite Kid.
Ducks the clothesline to Fleisch. Second time. Fleisch has not lost a step, even though we are somewhat 17 years removed from that King of England tournament, which is considered the height of Fleisch's career, I guess.
Fleisch just doesn't seem to age. Look at this athleticism. And you know, the dynamic duo during this match, win or lose, they're going to learn something, because both these men, Fleisch and Storm, they've been around the horn more than once. There are very few scenarios inside that ring they have not faced. But it's up to the Billingtons to give them something fresh to think about.
Storm trying to get a quick cover on Mark Billington. Both men exchanging covers, and look at this, the pinfall attempts coming thick and fast for both of these guys. Double drop kick. It's like looking in a mirror 20 years apart. Wow. Evens between these two.
Well, the past meets the present meets the future. Here in Defiant Wrestling on pay-per-view at Lights Out in Leeds.
Now here comes Thomas Billington.
What a sequence that was. When you look at the dynamic duo, Dave, you have to believe that UK wrestling is in very good hands. The future's bright around here.
Storm and Fleisch, of course, have been some of the guardians who have ensured that British wrestling is left in good hands, and Storm right now has his hands locked with those of Thomas Billington, having to force his shoulders off the mat any which way he can. Storm will put his entire body weight here on Billington.
The core strength of Billington.
Yeah, he's having to bridge to keep that 200-pound frame of Jonny Storm from putting his shoulders down. The monkey flip holds on to the fingers. Both men get their shoulders off the mat. Once again, a pretty even contest between Storm and Thomas Billington.
Now eye to eye, upside down on that mat, in that bridge position. And the slaps.
Well, this one heating up a little bit now. It was a very sportsmanlike start. We saw handshakes, but the slap suggests that the temperature is rising slightly. The tempo is certainly rising because Storm has gone behind. He's leapfrogged over. Both men trying to get the better of the other at high speed. Roll up by Storm, gets the shoulders of Billington down for a 2 count. One thing these two teams have in common, of course, is they both have lost recently in controversial circumstances to our esteemed tag team champions, the South Coast Connection, SCC.
Controversial, I think the word you're looking for is definitive circumstances.
You may have noted the sarcasm in my voice.
You're always sarky. You're in a sarky mood today. I'm in a great mood, and you're trying to claim that the SCC, our esteemed Defiant tag team champions, would be so crass as to cheat. Disgusting.
Victory for Gabriel Kidd undoubtedly has put you in a good mood, but...
Or the young bull proving why. If we talk about the future of Defiant Wrestling, Gabriel Kidd has to be up there, but right now the Billingtons showing why they're also in the conversation.
Headbutt right into the midsection from Mark Billington. Fleisch rolling through, but Billington ensuring his shoulders don't stay down. Drop kicks Fleisch in the chest. Here comes Billington off the top. Catches him cross body.
Mark Billington with that big cross body, and Fleisch cleverly manages to get himself out of dodge. Well, maybe not cleverly. Here we go.
Billington taking a page out of the book of the likes of Jody, Fleisch and Jonny Storm.
The Fleisch usually the one doing the flying, not the other way around.
Billingtons, of course, have been under the learning tree of Marty Jones, another British wrestling great from a different generation. Into Guri from Fleisch.
Thomas.
Yeah, Mark into his corner. Thomas comes in with a drop kick from Fleisch.
He gets some as well from Jody Fleisch. And Jonny and Jody looking pretty good right about now.
Oh, here comes Storm. Going to launch himself over the top. Takes out the Billingtons.
Come on, lads, let's see ya!
Jonny Storm getting fired up here. Two teams who are both undoubtedly beloved by the Defiant fans. Now look, hang on a second.
Oh no.
Fleisch has some ideas here.
Oh no.
Fleisch off the top. The moonsault wipes out everyone.
Jody Fleisch flying through the air with that picture-perfect moonsault. Crash landing onto not only the dynamic duo, but his partner.
Jody Fleisch firing up the crowd here in West Yorkshire.
And turning the momentum of this match on a dime for his team.
Fleisch, known as the Phoenix, and his career has been reborn here in Defiant and in other promotions. Fleisch turning back the clock up on the top turnbuckle. His partner going to help him out. Jody Fleisch innovating throughout their careers, and it was nearly enough, but not quite, to put away the Billingtons.
Any other man, I have to believe, that would have ended this match. But young Thomas Billington somehow finds a way to kick out.
Fleisch up on the top though, the part of the world where he is most at home. Fleisch going for a shooting star. Billington moved out of the way. Fleisch corrected. Here comes the other member of the dynamic duo, Mark Billington. Drop kick. Thomas Billington on the top. Billington with the headbutt.
You can see Jonny Storm realizes how precarious this is. Oh!
Somehow Fleisch got out of that, but you're right. Storm was worried there, and with good reason.
That diving headbutt, we're used to seeing that from the Dynamite Kid. You can clearly see the influence in both these Billington boys.
Here comes Jonny Storm grabbing the leg of Mark Billington to prevent him from interfering here. Fleisch goes for the cover and he gets him. Fleisch at the inside cradle and they win it.
Here are your winners, the team of the Phoenix, Jody Fleisch, and the Wonder Kid, Jonny Storm.
Veteran instincts there from Storm and Fleisch. Storm saw what was happening, stopped Mark Billington from taking to the skies. Fleisch took advantage with the small package, and Jonny Storm, Jody Fleisch pick up the win over the dynamic duo.
The dynamic duo, nothing to be ashamed of. They went hold for hold, move for move, with two icons of British wrestling. But in the end, experience was the deciding factor.
Jonny Storm and Jody Fleisch giving respect to these two young men. And they have earned that respect. The Billingtons were nothing to be ashamed of here whatsoever. Impressive stuff from both of these teams. But ultimately, it is the veterans, Jonny Storm and Jody Fleisch, showing exactly why they are British wrestling legends.
Massive win for both these icons. The dynamic duo will fight another day, you can rest assured of that. But Jody Fleisch and Jonny Storm picking up a huge win here at Lights Out. Wow.
Well, Storm and Fleisch getting out of here. Time to celebrate for those two. Storm and Fleisch victorious. Well, as those two get out of here, we're getting ready for our second championship match of the